each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings. Let's make sure we protect each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings pour in. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are the Alice family. 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 We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are the Alice family. We are the Alice family. We are the Alice family.
Grand Rising, Namaste, Ashe, salutation, shalom, peace, peace, peace. Now, before we can even get into today's, topic at hand, right? I want you guys to open your eyes to the disinformation that's being spread around the black tea sector. The same people who keep on trying to make it out to seem a certain way. This is Brandy right here. Brandy's upset because I would not kick people out my Discord, right? As you can see at the bottom, she says, do you know this account? Do you know this account in here with us? She just made this account too, right? Brandy was doing a lot of back end stuff in the Discord, trying to point out stuff that people was doing in the Discord, trying to make me kick this person out, right? The second account you're looking for is this person, right? She then, this Melissa person, she said something about this person, right? This Madgar message, whatever it is up here. She was trying to get me to argue with people in the Discord or confront people in the Discord, right? I didn't want to play that game. As you can see, the dates on this is February the 3rd and February the 6th. This was the last time that I engaged with Brandy, up until the point where I exposed them for the fuckery that they were trying to cause, right? You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with the Fockers, this is the Fockers stuff that you got to deal with, Fockery. You know what I mean? So I don't like to deal with Fockering. You know what I mean? I don't deal with Fockering. So these people were getting upset at me because I would not fall victim to the game that they were trying to play, right? Maria tried to get me to hit on her. VI trying to send me messages on Instagram, TikTok, ask me questions. Oh, what sign are you? So on and so forth. She was trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm going to come visit you in South Carolina, and me and Tara is going to come visit you in South Carolina. And I was like, listen, ladies, stop playing. You and Tara is sitting here playing this game because the conversations that they were having were they were trying to bring the joking conversations from the Discord and bring them to the YouTube page, right? So we would joke in the Discord about different things, right? And they would sit there and try to bring that conversation to YouTube. And we can go back at certain YouTube conversations that we had where you seen Maria and Tara in the comment section. Tara would say, Maria, you better come get your man, so on and so forth, right? This is the Fockery that they were doing, right? So Tara would be like, "Oh, Maria, come get your man, come get your man," right? And I'm just telling them, like, stop playing this game for the public eye. You know what I mean? Stop playing this falsity for the public eye. Be real with yourself, right? And we had numerous people that came into the Discord and found and tried these different variations of tricks and scams, right? Some of which we fell victim to. I deleted people out the Discord thinking that they were causing problems, only to find out that they wasn't causing problems, and it was people trying to um, you know, cause a rift, right? And then you have this person. This is QQ, do you love me, right? This person who sent numerous messages trying to say, like, hey, can you teach me this, so on and so forth, right? This person right here, this person is the one who sent Maddie all the messages saying that I hurt her feelings, right? But let's listen. Let's listen to what she says in a voice recording, right? Because I was ignoring these people so much in the Discord, they started leaving voice recordings for me. Listen to what I'm saying. They started leaving voice recordings, right? And I couldn't understand it. You see, I did not reply all the way back March. I did not reply to this person. I did not reply to this person at all.
All right, so I'm gonna stay out of the chat for now because I'm not sure if you're talking to me or not. I am under the belief that if anyone has a problem with me, that they'll say it directly to me. They'll say my name, they'll message me, they'll call me, whatever, and be like, yo, Peter, check this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure if the vibe that you're giving right now in the complete chat is for me or not. But because of the fact that I care and I appreciate the space that you've created, and I also am trying to learn and grow, I want to ask directly if this is what's going on. Because of the fact that I know that you have not received me or my humor in the way that I intended it previously. So it might be me, I'm not sure. Please do not assume that I'm trying to be an asshole or something. I'm really not. And like I said before, we might just be apples and oranges, which is fine. My brother is an apple and I'm an orange too. So I'm trying to figure out and learn because I see that your intention is to help and heal and teach. And in that method of teaching, I'm asking, what is it about me? Okay? Please understand that.
Now, I want y'all to think about it. This person says, I see that you're here to heal and teach and so on and so forth. And then this person gets mad because I did not respond to them. I did not, take any of their advancements, whatever they was trying to do. So then this person got mad and went over and made up a falsified story for Maggie to run with. Come on. Come on. But you hear her in that recording saying, just tell me what it is. I see that you're not receiving me well, so on and so forth. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Right? And that's not even including the people that came over from the Knots page that tried to do some, oh, do you have a problem with, do you have a problem with trans, so on and so forth, in which case I'm like, no, we don't have no problem with trans over here. This is an open space for everybody, right? So the fact that they're sitting there with this whole false narrative story only says that they wanted to paint that narrative the whole time, right? Because we were open to everybody in the Discord. We said everybody was invited to the Discord. We didn't close the doors to nobody. So for them to sit over there and try to make it seem like, oh, he's got a cult, he's doing this. These are the same people that already sat in the Discord. These are the same people that already sat in the Discord, she literally tried to give me her phone number to call her on the phone. In which case I didn't. Right? In which case I didn't call her on the phone. Right? But this is the shit that these people were doing. They were trying to come into the Discord, find different grifts or something to complain about. And then when we didn't give them nothing to complain about, they went and made shit up. They went and made shit up. When we didn't give them nothing to complain about, they went and made stuff up. Make it make sense. Somebody, please make it make sense. And then they try to be like, oh, he's over here trying to make us be better. Da, 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 da. Why ain't nobody ever go to the Discord? All these people over here that's supposed to be thinkers, they supposed to be this, they supposed to be that. Why ain't none of them go to the Discord to see what was going on in the Discord? Ask yourself that. Riddle me that, Batman. Why ain't none of them go to the Discord to see what goes on in the Discord? Huh? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You go back and you look at Maggie's messages to me, right? Look at all the hearts that Maggie put on the messages, right? Heart message, oh, heart, laughter, right? So on and so forth, right? And that's why I keep on telling Maggie, I understand what you do on your panel. I understand what you do on your panel. You let these people come up here and say, you say that, you know what I'm saying? You letting them get their bullshit out or whatever the case may be, right? I get it. And y'all try to say that, oh, Brandy, why ain't you bringing up Brandy? Brandy, why'd you do that to Brandy? Brandy was the one trying to get me to argue with people in my Discord. And she was the one, look, way back February 5th, when they wouldn't let you up, they dropped the link for Jag, right? Going back to when Maggie and Golden was on the panel, right? I don't care if any of my stuff shows the ultimate crash out, wigs not built for this, didn't send, whatever the case may be. And then she says, how funny is it that Maggie sings Beyonce songs every morning, make it Wayne, from Beyonce songs, saying my name in Jag's face every day, right? So these were people that was trying to keep me arguing, bickering, mentioning stuff, right? They were using the power of suggestive, comments, right? So they were making these suggestions, all of this thing. See, I'm not just over here teaching people about the ascension process. I applied this stuff to my life already. This is why I have discernment. This is why I'm able to see them before the bullshit even happens. This is how I'm able to stay 50 feet ahead of them, right? If not more steps, because this is the bull crap that they have started in this sector, right? Traumatized to monetize, controversy sells, right? Let's go to Miss Cleo. Since Miss Cleo want to be over there putting out lies, right? Miss Cleo was the one trying to dox info, trying to get me to help her dox info. Now she want to try to make it seem like I was in her comment section. I don't even know what your comment section is at. Cut it out, lady. And that's why she runs every time I come up on a panel. That's why she runs, because she knows I have the facts behind her lies. See, they don't never produce any receipts behind their bull crap, right? They don't have no receipts behind their bull crap. They don't have messages from my Discord where I'm doing stuff. They don't have this lash out that they keep on saying that I'm over in the Discord doing this. They don't have anything that states that we're doing anything in the Discord besides chilling, hanging out, and watching videos and movies and having a good time, right? They don't have nothing. They have all these lies with no facts or merits. See, the problem with our truth, we have too much of it, right? So they're throwing out all these lies. What about this statement? What about that statement? Who cares about statements that's falsified, right? And they don't do any research. None of them do research.
You are right. Been talking so much
Can y'all hear that?
DMX, because she is staying with DMX ex-manager, and that's her name, Natalie Walker, and that's her address. She's living in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the address. Yeah, I just doxed her. What up? Last time I tried to catch her, you see her hiding in the bathroom. I need someone to help me. Now, I told my friend, he lives in Arizona, that she's over there. He knows where she's at. It's only a few blocks away. So I'm seeing what's up.
Think about that. That's people who wanted me to be on their side so bad. They wanted me to team up with them so bad. Even the message says, King Payne said he wants to go after Sherelle World next. This is April the 18th. She sends me a message. King Payne says he wants to go after Sherelle World's next. I said, okay. They say, well, I know they dox you, so you may want in. Think about that. Think about that. That is Miss Cleo thinking she can play some type of fucking wizard behind the curtain in the black tea sector. And y'all making it seem justified that she's in the black tea sector playing this measure of game, right? And it's okay, because I tell y'all, we just observers. We not here to stop y'all from operating how y'all operating. We just observing y'all operations so we can stay the hell away from y'all. That's all we doing. We not telling y'all to stop y'all operation. We don't want y'all to halt who goes there. We want y'all to continue operating like y'all operating. Just like DMS says, don't expect the snake to change. Expect the snake that showed you his way. Just be happy that he showed you what he was. I'm glad that y'all showed me that y'all snakes, fraudulent, all of that shit. I'm glad that y'all like putting out disinformation. I don't have to combat the lies. I'm glad King Twirl, McDonald's upside down emblem, fake ass DJ, 55 years old, acting like he gonna pull up on somebody. I'm glad he's doing interviews with people that got kicked out the Discord. It makes so much sense. That means that you're thirsty for content. Ain't nobody coming over there to hear you DJ. Ain't nobody coming over there to hear you scratch. Ain't nobody coming over there to see you get high and go into your garage and play 1979. He got the juice, right? I guess you trying to throw Bishop off the roof, huh? Get your ass out of here. Old ass 1979 nigga trying to act like he's somebody. Get your old fragile body built ass out of here, bro. Keep DJing. Keep protecting Miss Cleo like you supposed to, right? Because you driving Miss Daisy. That's who the fuck you is. You fiddler. You driving Miss Daisy. That's why you sitting over there. I don't think Cleo met it how she met it. I don't think, well, if that's the case, let's go with Howard Stern then. I don't think Howard Stern met it when he said something about that whole black college team, when he said bald-headed girls on the basketball team. I don't think he met it that way. But what happened with his career? Stop making it seem like, oh, I don't think they met it that way. Everybody knows when you make a reference like that, talking about, oh, bald-headed BI, whatever the hell you want to say. Everybody knows. Howard Stern's whole career went down the hill when he made that statement talking about the championship girls team, because it was all black women up there. Stop playing. And y'all sit over there and play in people's face like we don't see the truth. Be happy to sit over there and talk crap about people. She didn't say shit about Amber. She didn't say shit about Salma. She ain't say shit about none of these YT women that's over here fucking playing in the black tea sector. But y'all want to make it seem like Miss Cleo got it all figured out because she's sitting over here analyzing black people and talking shit and keeping black people arguing and fighting. And Miss Cleo taking all the credit for it. Yeah, I keep all them dummies at each other. Yeah, that's what I do in the black tea sector. I give information to this person, then I turn around and give them this and give them that, and I keep it going. And Maggie sitting there smiling. I love Cleo. I love Cleo. I love Cleo. You wouldn't know what love was. You wouldn't know what love was. The fact that y'all said, and I don't even rock with Golden no more, but right is right and wrong is wrong. The fact that you sat over there all these fucking months and said, I don't understand why people attack black women's hair. I don't understand why the first thing they attack is black women's hair. We know that black women are already insecure about their hair, so why do they attack black women's hair? And then you sit up there and let a YT woman attack a black person's hair, and what did you justify it with? Your fucking feelings and emotions. That's what you justified it with. Because you didn't feel that, so therefore you're okay with the shit because that's not a black person that you like. So you're okay with what? She literally said that Golden needs to go be with, Quiet Storm. knowing that Quiet Storm was the one who essayed his daughter at 30 something years old. And that's who she said put Golden with. Think about that. Think about that. Now, let's be clear. Maggie did try to say, I'm not with that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So before Maggie tries to make content of this and make it seem like I said that she said it, I'm very specific on who I heard say it. It was Cleo that said it, right? So I'm very specific. And that's why I was telling Maggie, I'm not talking to you. I'm not combating your bull crap. I don't care about your bull crap. I see that you're doing anything to make it wane. You gonna let as many people up here to talk shit and say whatever, and then you just gonna cash in on the currency. I get that. You're using black people trauma, and you're using this whole controversial sale thing, and you're using the fights and shit like that for people to make it wane. I get it. I get it. Whatever you do to build gossip in your sector. Right. But the reality of it is you can't have a moral compass where you try to sit there and have a live where you talk about the attacks on black women and then you allow a YT woman to come up and attack a black woman. That don't go right. You're telling people that they should feel safe to come over there because you're protective. And then you let a YT woman come over there and trigger every fucking body. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. That you're telling people they safe and protected over there, but then you let a YT come over there and trigger everybody and don't even give a fuck that it's triggering to everybody. And those who are not triggered by it, it's because you like the mayhem. You like the chaos. You'll overlook it because it's getting you through your day. Oh, my work day went so fast with them arguing and bickering. So you don't really care. The entertainment is what's making your day go by fast. So that's why you allow it to continue and give her this and give her that, because the entertainment of bickering, arguing, fighting, so on and so forth, that's making your day go by fast. It's the craziest stuff ever. Craziest stuff ever. I never seen nothing quite like it. Never seen anything quite like it. And then here's the thing, like the justification behind all of it is always based off of feelings and emotions. It has no morals behind it, right? It has no morals behind it. It's really just based off of feelings and emotions, right? And people play on your feelings and emotions. So when she said, listen to what she said, right? She said that I hurt people's feelings and I don't want to address the fact that I hurt people's feelings, right? Think about that. She didn't say that I did anything wrong. She just said I hurt their feelings and I didn't. Why? Because I didn't respond to their advances, because I wasn't a lustful person, because y'all trying to make it seem like I got a sex cult going on, yet ain't nothing sexual about what we doing, right? Because the people that came over and tried to make the sexual statements, right? That's the people that's mad. Vampire, who said that she has all types of stuff in her Discord, right? Even try to send me a link to her Discord talking about all the nasty stuff that's going on in her Discord, right? QQ, right? Talking about how she got double D breasts and how she got these big old titties. Never responded, never bid on it, none of that shit, right? But if this is a sex cult, then that should be right up the alley when they're doing this, right? When they're sitting there trying to call me daddy and all of that weird shit. That's it. We should have been, but they didn't see none of that. So they went and made up a lie about it. Think about it. They didn't see any of this going on in the Discord. They didn't see how the freak is you going to try to make it seem like we got a sex cult, right? And ain't no sex going on. Make that shit make sense. That means they're just lying for the fun of it. Everybody that comes to the Discord, you don't see no type of anything that they're speaking about. And that's why I went over there and I said, I employ other people. Come check out the Discord. It's an open space. That's how you know that none of them is in it for the truth. Because all these months that people keep on saying stuff about the Discord, yet nobody in the comment section took it upon themselves to go seek what it is that they're lying about, to find the truth. That means the truth ain't in them. That means they're not looking for the truth, right? So if you do go over there, all you're really doing is combating lies. You're going into a space. Now, I want y'all to think about this. I told Maggie, this got nothing to do with you. I'm coming up here for Cleo, right? Soon as I get up there, Cleo leaves, and then Maggie say, do you want to read this? Do you want to read that? What the fuck I didn't come up here to read. Playing in my face, waiting for me to get on her panel so she can try to address all the fuckery that she want to address. Make it make sense. And then it's supposed to be, I'm supposed to show a level of respect to Maggie. Why? Maggie's not even addressing the fact that she's a part of that Ada grifting. She's a part of that Ada scamming, right? She was the one that was allowing all of this on her panel. Now that shit hit the fan and the ship going down, now she want to get on a canoe like she was the one pointing out the plane. The plane, the plane, the plane. No. When they go down, your ass going down too. You was a part of it. You was a part of the scamming on here. Oh, now that the guidelines is changing and they're cracking down on grifting, they're cracking down on funding, on all of y'all people that's scamming on here, traumatizing and monetized. Now that they cracking down on it, now y'all want to act like y'all took a different path. No, when the shit hit the fan, y'all going down too. All the disinformation that's been spread on your panel, you are not doing anything to stop the disinformation. They're about to make laws for content creators now. They're about to make laws for content creators. Everybody that's doing this whole disinformation shit, everybody that's putting this whole thing out, they about to get on y'all. Yeah, it's time for them to get a life. You absolutely right. Because make it make sense. How you, oh, Maggie, I'm going live right after this to Vampire. I would want to talk to you. That means you didn't have no content, King World. That means, think about it. If I didn't come up on the panel today and talk to Maggie, what was he going to go live about? What was he going to make his content about? How was he going to pull people over there? The fact that he wants to talk about me to get content, I'm going to have a, why? Because you see how much they mentioning me in Maggie's comments. You see how many people in Maggie's comments want to fucking either say something about me or anything. So now you seeing it and you like, oh, that could be something I can build a room off of. Hey, Maggie, I'm going live right after you, blah, 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 blah. But whole time, Cleo ducking all types of conversation as she put lies out. As she put her lies out, she's ducking all conversation, right? No, they not telling you that my real life actually matched the stuff that I'm talking about, right? They not telling you like, yeah, he just had his son on the pen. They not saying none of that. Why you think they not saying none of that? Why you think they not saying none of that? Huh? And think about it. She's talking about the stuff that he's teaching over there. It's new age devil worshiping. How the fuck is it new age devil worshiping? The devil ain't never do nothing new a day in his life. The devil been sinning all his life. So how you gonna say new knowledge is the devil? Think about that. That's like saying everybody stay dumb because if you become knowledgeable, you're the devil. Think about that. The stuff that he's teaching, chakra systems, that's devil stuff. Shut up. You don't even make sense. How the fuck can you determine what the devil taught? How the fuck is you the one that determined? Was you here when the devil was teaching shit? No, you wasn't, stupid ass. Oh, stupid ass little girl. Sitting there talking about what's devil taught, like you was here when the devil was teaching shit. You probably was. You probably was sitting in hell with him. Let's get a song break. Where's the song at? Is they mad because they love me? Right, she probably was. They think it's new, but it's old knowledge. It's
You mad 'cause they love me. I said you mad
wanna vibe with love is love. They wanna vibe with love is love. They wanna vibe with love is love. Oh, oh, oh. Seems you got problems every day. Always got trouble coming your way. If you gon' dish it out, then take it. If you gon' wish it out, just face it. And don't be mad to hear me say, because you mad.
Yeah, she's gonna make it seem like I don't care if you bring them up, Maddie. She gonna try to make it seem like I don't care if you bring them up. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care. And then as soon as I get up there, she dip out, and then Maddie start asking a different set of questions. Like you don't see the fucking setup. Like you don't see the fucking setup. She dip out, and then Maddie's like, Ralph, do you want to read this stuff that people are saying? Shut the fuck up.
Signs for spotting a sociopath. Sociopaths are charming. Sociopaths have high charisma and tend to attract a following just because people want to be around them. They have a glow about them that attracts people who typically seek guidance or direction. They often appear to be sexy or have a strong sexual attraction. Not all sexy people are sociopaths, obviously, but watch out for over-the-top sexual appetites and weird
on the panel
fetishes.
today for everybody who I went up on the panel today because I heard disturbing stuff, right? And y'all know we operate on what's right. So I heard Cleo up on the panel saying that she wanted Golden to be with Quiet Storm, right? And that's just disturbing because you're wishing, you know, some harm to somebody and you're trying to put them with somebody who you think would do them harm, right? So that's why I said, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong. We always going to pop up when right is right and wrong is wrong, right? We don't give a fuck that Maggie been talking shit about us for 3 weeks. That was wrong for her to allow Cleo to say that. That was wrong for that to even be allowed to roll off of her tongue, right? And Maggie laughed it off like, that's not how I feel. I wouldn't wish it on, you know, my worst enemy. But you're still allowing her to say it up there, right? And you're still praising her for saying the shit up there, right? And then she goes on and say, yeah, you know, Golden ain't nothing but a bald-headed something or another, right? But Maggie is the same person who fake advocate for black people and people coming at black women's hair, right? Because when Too Strong and them says something, or if any other man says something, right, then she's like, oh, look at these black men attacking black women's hair, right? Why is it that she can always point out what black men is doing, right, and what black Americans are doing, right? But then when you got this YT woman playing in your fucking face talking about black women on your panel, you won't even fucking say, you know what, hold on, that's a line right there. It's one thing for her to sit there and talk about Golden, right? But you're bringing a whole fucking YT woman up there to talk about a black woman. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And you don't see the wrong or the right in that. If I got a problem with somebody, I'm going to speak on that problem with somebody. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit there and let somebody else talk about that person, especially somebody who's using the same phrases, right? The same phrases, right? That's like somebody saying, yeah, that's a low down, dirty person, right? Everybody knows when you say that's a low down, dirty person, you're talking about the N-word because that used to be the definition for a black person or for a nigga, right? A low down, dirty black person, right? So even the word ignorance, right? When you say black means ignorant and you call somebody ignorant, you calling them the N-word. So this is ways that they secretly call you, you know, these things. This is how the second definition of monkey became a black person. This is how coon, all these words that was used, it was because they was finding new ways to ridicule, put us down, right? Even Christian came about as a word used to ridicule people who follow Christ. And then they started carrying that name proudly. So it's nothing new that people use different ways to try to attack you for your race, right? So for somebody to advocate for people talking about black women's hair and then allow somebody to talk about black women's hair, isn't that going against the same thing that you're advocating for? Do you get what I'm saying? That's counterproductive.
Fetishes. Sociopaths are more spontaneous and intense than other people. They tend to do bizarre, sometimes erratic things that most regular people wouldn't do. They are unbound by normal social contracts. Their behavior often seems irrational or extremely risky.
Everybody in the black
Sociopaths are incapable of feeling shame, guilt, or remorse.
Involve herself with the
Their
drama.
brains simply lack the circuitry to process such emotions. This allows them to betray people, threaten people, or harm people without giving it a second thought. They pursue any action that serves their own self-interest even if it seriously harms others. This is why you will find many very successful sociopaths in high levels of government, in any nation. Sociopaths invent outrageous lies about their experiences. They wildly exaggerate things to the point of absurdity, but when they describe it to you in a storytelling format, for some reason it sounds believable at the time. Sociopaths seek to dominate others and win at all costs. They hate to lose any argument or fight and will viciously defend their web of lies, even to the point of logical absurdity. Sociopaths tend to be highly intelligent, but they use their brainpower to deceive others rather than empower them. Their high IQs often makes them dangerous. This is why many of the best-known serial killers who successfully evaded law enforcement were sociopaths. Sociopaths are incapable of love and are entirely self-serving. They may feign love or compassion in order to get what they want, but they don't actually feel love in the way that you or I do. Sociopaths speak poetically. They are master wordsmiths, able to deliver a running, stream of consciousness monologue that is both intriguing and hypnotic. They are expert storytellers and even poets. As a great example of this in action, watch this interview of Charles Manson on YouTube. Sociopaths never apologize. They are never wrong. They never feel guilt. They can never apologize. Even if shown proof that they were wrong, they will refuse to apologize and instead go on the attack. Sociopaths are delusional and literally believe that what they say becomes truth merely because they say it. Charles Manson, the sociopathic murderer, is famous for saying, "I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here." Pointing to his temple. 1.
Now, one, I would like to point out, these are the same things that you heard Jaguar Wright say when she was on Sean Atwood's panel, right? That she can just snap her fingers. They used to call her Thanos. You know, if people knew what she was capable of in awaking, they would not be on the internet when she was awake, right? These are the same justifications that Charles Manson went through in his mind to justify all of his unalivings, right? So you see people doing this in real time, but you don't know how to, pinpoint it, right? You watch Maggie do some of this stuff in real time, sociopathic tendencies, right? It's one thing to spot a sociopath, but it's another thing to be able to pick up on the tendencies of a sociopath, right? Excuse me. Maggie shows a lot of sociopathic tendencies, right? Because she refused to admit when she's wrong. She refused to take accountability. She thinks this is a game and she feels like she needs to win by any means necessary, right? Even as far as allowing Cleo on her page to further the misinformation, disinformation, and the lies, right? So when you're paying attention to this, the reason why I'm pointing out this variation of actions is because I'm showing you the lack of empathy that they have, right? For all the women that likes the space that I created, they don't like it because they're not allowed in that space or they're not in that space, right? So they aim to tear it down, right? Her history shows that she comes from this. Even the French side shows why she dislikes America, right? And then if you look at the separatist side, because she lives in an area that's full of separatists, right? She comes from Haiti or Haitian. She's what is she, Creole, whatever the hell she is, they practice this division tactic, right? So everything about her says separatist. Everything about her says divider, right? But no one's going to look into that. No one's going to pick up on that. Why? Because the people that they are attracting don't have proper discernment. This is why they're able to take her word for it as opposed to getting their own knowledge for it, right? It's like going to a church, listening to the preacher, right? Although the preacher might be preaching from a book, a lot of those people in the church don't go pick up that book, right? When you got references, a lot of people say, well, my pastor said, well, my pastor said, well, what did the book say? I don't know. Never went to go pick it up. Why? Because my pastor said it. What? That's the same thing they're doing with Maggie. Maggie's saying all of this stuff, but none of them is going to actually look it up themselves. They'll say, this is how they'll justify it. I don't watch that person. I don't watch that person. Obviously you do, but they'll keep on saying, I don't really watch that person. I don't watch that person, because they want to continue on with the lies. It's a group of them. Why do you think Tara and Maria and Vampire all came from the Notch page? And now they're all on Maggie's page looking to what? Create more controversy, more bullshit. Vampire, the Knot, QQ, all these people, that means that they were already originators of that page. And they spread out in the black tea sector to fuck people over, right? Maria sent me a follow on all my TikTok pages, sent me a follow on Instagram, started asking me about what sign I was and when was my birthday and all of this shit, like she was trying to get to know me, right? And then try to do a whole switcher-majigger. She just picked the wrong nigger. And then you had the other people, the Ambers, the Salmas, right? I mean, look, even Lady Letitia, you know what I mean? All of these people act like they can, oh, I love all the love that you have, all the love that you're sharing. Oh my God, like all the support that you. We know what y'all was doing this whole time. We know what y'all was doing this whole time. We know that y'all was spying, trying to cause different things, trying to look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna point it out. And y'all tell me if this not strange, right? Tell me this ain't strange. I never had a conversation with Lady Letitia, right, about this, but let's go look at this, right? Because I don't sit there and try to play games with people. When we didn't get monetized last time and the Knot was trying to take our page from us, right? Lady Letitia sent me a message out of nowhere and act like she sent me a message out of nowhere. Oh, she deleted it. She blocked her messages, so I can't see them now. See, all of these messages in Discord. This is how you know when people do fuckery. This is how you know when people do fuckery, because they try to block you, right? Look, block message, show. They don't even know that I can show these messages even though they blocked them, right? They don't even know it. Right? That's why I say it's better to learn some shit, right? She tried to send me the whatchacall. She tried to send me, oh, right here. See, back in February, when we first started putting in for monetization, February, Lady Letitia was trying to keep track of us so bad, right, that she accidentally sent me a message out of nowhere. She sent me this message, right? Out of nowhere, she sent me this message. It says, check your email. They're going to deposit pennies into your account. Once they send it to your payment bank, you will need to put that amount in the verification address is where you will get banked. Just let me know if you have questions. FYI, my payment was on hold. I have about 800 and now they're releasing it after I verified my bank account, right? And then I said something, and look what she said. I guess you won't need this information yet. You see what I'm saying? This is March the 12th, right? The Knot in them came up on a panel on March the 11th or the 10th, right? This is the same time that the Knot and them came up on the panel, and I said this was going to stop us from getting monetized because him and Sherelle and them came over there on March the 10th with all of that negative stuff, right? Everyone in the Discord knew that I had just put in for monetization, right? Right when she sent this message, I had just told everybody in the Discord that we did not get monetized. Right when she sent this message, I was in the Discord telling everybody, like, well, the Knot said that wouldn't mess up our monetization, but it did. And now we're not monetized because they think our page is based off of a hate page, right? And then she sent this message. I was like, what the fuck? Why is she sending me a message talking about monetization when she knows I didn't get monetized because I just announced it in the Discord, right? Then she sent me this, and then she say, I guess you won't be needing this information. What the fuck kind of slap in the face type of conversation is that? Just to see if you can play with my feelings and emotions so I can speak on it, right? Just to play with my feelings and emotions so I can speak on it. And then she'll turn around and make it seem like I have a problem with her. All of this love is love. I ordered my shirt. I'm about to get a blankie, right? All of this shit playing in my face, Hey, check your email, Google Ad Service. Your payments are on hold. See? How the fuck is you trying to make it seem like my payments are on hold? Look, check your email for Google Ad Service. Your payments on hold. My payments wasn't on hold because I didn't have no payments with them because I didn't get monetized, right? This is the sneaky fuckery that they do. The sneaky fuckery. Try to provoke a response out of you. So after you respond, they can make it seem like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Why is he acting like that towards me? Right? Then she say, Ralph, I saw you up on her panel. Nothing wrong with that. I was very entertained. I'm willing to talk to her. I'm not mad or holding. This is when we was trying to, listen, we went over to Maggie's panel and tried to put back together her and Lady Letitia's friendship or whatever fucking ship they sailing on, right? And we went and told Lady Letitia, hey, we went up on a panel, so on and so forth, right? And she say, I'll talk to her, right? And I say, okay, that is great. I just wanted to tell you first because I value you, right? I told her that. I value your opinion, so therefore I wanted to come to you first to let you know that I was up on Maggie's panel. Why? Because Lady Letitia said that she's never going up on Maggie's panel again. And even when hold on, let's go back up. Even when she was trying to say like, oh, whatever, right? We was trying to tell her like, yo, this is not good. Like, because what you're doing is you're spreading information thin, right? So what they were doing was they would sit there, create a situation, and then take part of the information to Danny, part of the information to AT2, part of the information with this person. And I didn't want to be a part of that. I'm telling all of them, why not? If y'all want the truth, why not just take all the information to one person? That way people ain't got to jump around for the truth. But that's how you know they didn't want the truth. They wanted people to have to jump around, go through this extent, so on and so forth. Because Bonnie was like, oh, I gave AT2 this much and I gave Danny this much. And like, what the fuck is y'all doing? That's what makes it seem like it's a troll farm. When you spread the information out like that, you make it seem like everybody's a part of something. So if you're not the ones that's trying to make it seem like everybody is connected, why are you taking this to that person, so on and so forth? It doesn't make sense. right? And people mad because I didn't give them the response that they want. They kept on trying to do shit to provoke a response, and I wasn't giving them the response. I still was operating off of love and understanding. And then they got mad and created the scenarios that they want. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. They wanted a scenario so fucking bad and couldn't get it that they created one. That's their fault. If I'm telling them that I'm aware of the games that's being played, emotional manipulation, right? I'm telling them that I'm aware of the motivation of manipulation, right? I'm telling them I'm aware of this. All of this stuff. I apply this shit to my life. I'm not just on here telling y'all that people are manipulating emotions. I'm showing y'all just how they're doing it with different quarrels, different things from your past, so on and so forth, right? And people don't want to learn that because then they have to take accountability. Then discernment comes in, right? It literally says right here, let's listen.
What is emotional manipulation? First, there are many reasons why people feel the need to control people, places, and things, as well as manipulate others to fulfill whatever they believe their personal needs, desires, and wishes are. We will bring to the surface the most common issues that are based on wounded
Y'all
egos
check out
with
the
very
link
little
tree in the
self-esteem
bio.
and therefore little
Check out the link tree
self-sufficiency.
in the bio.
People that are controlling
Y'all
will
would like
always
to show
use
support. Check
manipulation
out the link tree in the
tactics.
bio. Y'all know
This
the
may be
different
subtle
ways that y'all
techniques
show
or
support.
progress into master
Cash App,
manipulators
Super
like
Stack,
many
all that other
narcissistic
stuff.
personalities. Manipulation refers to making attempts at indirectly influencing or controlling someone else's behavior or actions. As human beings, our negative emotions often cloud our discernment, making
Junkyard,
it
tell me she
difficult to
didn't
see
do
the
herself
reality
in.
behind hidden agendas or motives.
Junkyard, tell me she didn't do it. Tell me she didn't do herself in. This is why I always like catching them in their bullshit. Because when you catch them in their bullshit, see, this is why she goes back and review the shit that she do. Because in the moments that she's doing it in, she act like she don't remember it or act like it didn't happen, right? That's why I pop up when I pop up. I want to point it out right then and there in real time what just took place. That's what they mad at. They mad at that I catch they bullshit in real time, and it's always off guard. It's always off guard. I don't know what he's doing over here. What he's doing over here. What? What? And then gonna say he's always trying to make me be a better person. That's what the fuck we supposed to do in life. Make each other better. We supposed to make you supposed to want to be around somebody that makes you a better person. Think about that shit. All the fucking lies and fuckery that she done put on us, and she still can say that I'm over there trying to make her a better person. Wow. Wow. You up here telling people this, making up these lies about me, trying to, put my address out there, tell people where I'm living at, and all of that shit. And here I am still trying to make you a better person. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. You out here letting people fucking put out all these lies, all this fuckery, right? And I'm still coming up to try to make you a better person. Wow. I would want to be around somebody like that. Or somebody that disregard all the attacks that I made on them and still try to make me a better person. Somebody that overlooks my fuckery and still try to make me a better person. That says a lot about that person's character. That no matter how much shit you throw on them, they still want to see you as a better person. So I applaud them to keep on putting out their disinformation on me and their fuckery on me, because it only says a lot about the whole situation, that no matter how much dirt they keep on throwing on me, I still want to see them in a better light. That says a lot right there. And she said it out her own mouth. I don't understand why he keeps on trying to make me a better person. What? Go back and listen to that live today. I want y'all to go back and listen to that live today on Maggie's panel. She said she don't understand why I'm trying to make her a better person. Exactly, Junkyard. Everything she's been doing, comparing a black woman to a monkey, attacking another black woman's hair, everything that she's been doing has already been done to us by our colonizers. So why the fuck is we acting like we don't know what's happening? The only thing she ain't do yet is turn the water hose on and get the German Shepherds out. That's the only fucking thing she ain't do yet. She's sitting there saying she don't want to be a better person. Why he keep coming over here trying to make me a better person? You don't want to be a better person? I thought that we was all down here striving to be better.
Motives in different forms of behavior. The controlling aspects or in-depth complexity of perpetuating deceptions are linked to emotional manipulation and lying techniques and are sometimes very subtle and may be easily overlooked. Many times bad habits have been picked up though an unchecked negative ego of which controlling behaviors are buried under feelings of guilt, low self-esteem, fears, and low ethical conduct.
Yeah. And you know, I apologize for not going live yesterday. I don't like to, y'all know that we don't trauma bond. Y'all know that we don't y'all know that I don't like to bring my problems and stuff to you guys. But it is what it is. I do now have my youngest son. I'm trying to make arrangements so that way I can keep him and try to you know, allow him to pick up on some better traits of a person, and meet my side of the family, because my son's 17, but he don't really know my side of the family, you know what I mean? um Partly because situations, partly because choices made, but that's all in the past, so it doesn't really matter. And also I was under the weather. I'm still under the weather. I'm trying to get the mucus out because I think my niece might have got me sick, but it might not have been her. It could have just been changing the seasons, because a lot of times when you're going into spring, the pollen and everything starts changing, so on and so forth. But I do apologize, because I know sometimes just a small hour or something can be enough to get somebody through the day. I know sometimes that, me getting on for 30 minutes or whatever, I didn't like, it was a lot of like sniffling and stuff yesterday. Like today I'm able to, deal with it a little bit better. But yesterday it was a lot of like, the watery snot that fucking runs out and you don't even know it's about to drip out your damn nose. And I ain't want to sit here with the, you know what I mean? So I just try to, yeah, I'm trying to go get some stuff. I'm gonna just try to detox. I'm gonna just try to get some stuff to push this sickness out of my help it along its way. Help it along its way. I know my body needs to go through it for the immune system purposes. But I do feel as though, like, I know that we created this space for laughter, love, and it's a buildup of negative energy, not only in people's physical life, but also when you're strolling social media. And when you give people a place like this, you got to provide for the space to be opened up. I don't have a co-host yet, so I don't have somebody that I can be like, hey, I'm gonna open the panel. Can you just take over for me or in moments? But we'll work on that. We'll work on getting some like-minded people up here that actually wants to help grow this panel and so on and so forth. Hey, love is love on that. Love is love on that. 4-4 in the building. If I can explain it, I would. But what's understood don't got to be explained. So just know that, love is love. And like I say, when you're looking at this, I want you to look at the people. It's the people. We can't do nothing outside of that. Right? The people is what's going to make the table. These people are trying to make a table, and they're more concerned about the table than they are concerned about the people. I care about the people that's at my table. So it doesn't matter to me if we lose. a lot of people, right? That just means that this table was not for them, right? So it doesn't matter if they, step away from the table, whatever the case may be. I know that everything ain't for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And y'all make sure y'all go check out the clothing shop. New stuff is getting put in there all the time. We will be adding some stuff to it. We still got the She Paint products in there. If you want a coffee mug, or if you want the little thing, I hope that they don't make a big deal out of it if we still sell the product in there. I'm not sure. I hope all is well with her. I haven't heard from her in a while. I'm not sure. Y'all know me. I believe that everybody moves on in the proper time. So whatever it is that she was supposed to get out of this, whatever love, confidence, or whatever she was supposed to get back from this, I hope we provided that. And that's what we do over here. We know that some of y'all are not going to stick around in the Atlas family for a long time. You're just coming over here to get your pride back or to do whatever. And we're cool with that. We cool with that. When it's time for you guys to move on, we're not holding y'all back. We're not about to fight y'all to stay. We're not about to chase after y'all. We're not about to do none of that. Carry on. We wish you the best, right? That's it. We're not sitting here trying to hold on to your physical, right? We say it all the time. We are here to protect the mind and the spirit. How you act with your physical vessel is completely up to you. If you don't want to generate good energy and operate with good intent, then that's on you. The universe is going to take care of you. We don't have to do nothing, So this is why I say you got to watch out for it. And people say, like, people always try to play you. And this is what they say. This is what you're going to hear. When you're dealing with a narcissistic person that plays on your feelings and emotions and manipulates your feelings and emotions, one thing you're going to hear them say is, what would I have a reason to do that for? Why would I care if this, or what does that benefit me? Right? You'll hear them say that the most. And because it's a content creator type society, right? The phrases that they're going to use is going to be around social media, right? Why am I worried about a low person platform? That person's not even monetized. They're going to downplay you and make it seem like they have no reason to do the shit that they doing. But really, it's all a part of the motivation behind the manipulation of the emotion, right? So they put you in certain emotions so they can manipulate you. And you're watching this manipulating go on, right? For the people that's over on Energy of Atlas 111, feel free to come over to Ralph the Wise, where we are monetized, and you can become a member, send a super chat, and also send a super sticker, right? Because we're monetized on Ralph the Wise. We're going to do a better job starting maybe this weekend. Our weeks are changing, right? I'm going to look at Thursday through, let's say, because the weekends is good for social media. So our start of our week will be on Thursday and the end of our week will be on Tuesday. Okay. So we're going to start maybe Thursday, which is in 2 days. Oh, tomorrow. Shit. Never mind. Maybe next week. All right. But Thursdays, we're going to start going live on TikTok more to bring more people over here from TikTok. Right. So I'm going to set up both my phones and go live on 2 of my TikTok pages when we are live over here, to send more people over here. I have a couple of more setups to get, maybe some light stands and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm incorporating my son into my life now. So I want him to become a part of the streaming world, so on and so forth. So I'm incorporating him. I don't want a harder life for him. I want an easier life for him. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain, we have to take accountability for our actions. We made it easier for our kids. So we can't be mad at how lazy they are in life. We made life easier for them. We didn't want them to have the life that we had, so on and so forth. So now our kids have a more lax way of life. They don't have a concern. They're not thinking about, but it is still our job to bring them into this world as, however we best fit. But I understand that, single mothers get more sympathy than single fathers. I understand that single mothers get more support than single fathers. I understand how this world works. To a man, it's just, I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do to take care of my responsibilities and so forth. And I don't need we know how this shit works, right? But that's not how we work over here at the Atlas family. And the Atlas family, they like to see men doing what the fuck they supposed to do, stepping up to the plate, protecting women and looking out for kids, right? So whether they want to look at it and see the truth of it, the people that's over here, the people that support me, they support me because they see the truth of it. I never lied to my collective. Everything that I said, I showed exactly everything. When we got the car, I showed the car. When we got the bike, I showed the bike. When I went and got my kids, I showed my kids. Like everything that they sit in there trying to make a lie, we already showed proof to. So for me to go over there, they think I'm coming over there to combat their lies. I'm not showing. Why would I come over there to combat their lies? That means they're not listening to the truth, because everything that we did, we showed the truth behind everything that we were doing. So how did they miss that? How is they paying attention to so many lies that they're putting on my life, but skipped over the truth of my life? That means they're picking and choosing what it is that they point out about somebody's life, and the falsitries. They're going to have to deal with that. All the lies that they're putting on me, they're going to have to deal with those falsitries. Not me. Why would I have to combat lies? That wouldn't make sense for me to be, tooth and nail for lies. Dang, this little cold going to kick my butt. Would you look at you? Would you look at you showing out, hummingbird? Show up then. Show out then. That 200 look nice the way it look. Don't tell us how much USD that is. I want them to see that it says 200. Y'all see that? I got 200 shillings out this motherfucker. You know what that mean? That mean I got a horseshoe up my ass. That mean I'm the leprechaun. You see that? She gave me 200 shillings. Where's your gold shillings? You don't even know what a shilling is. You know what I'm saying? That come with rainbows and blow pops. Yes, shillings. Yeah. Ain't no telling how much I'm gelling. I got shillings. You know what I'm saying? Pay me in dineros, euros, shillings, stuff like that. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get the screen to keep reading. Y'all know I got ADHD. Stop playing with me. All right, so the motivation behind the manipulation.
Motivation of manipulators. What are possible motivations of a manipulator? The need to advance their own purposes and personal gain at virtually any cost to others. A strong need to attain feelings of acceptance, power, and superiority in relationships with others. A want and need to feel in control of surroundings and people, aka control freak. A desire to gain a feeling of power over others in order to raise their perception of self-esteem and value in the world they create. A childlike need to get whatever they want from self-entitlement and no impulse control. To release inner anxiety and fear through projecting obligations on others to meet personal needs. Boredom, or growing tired of her surroundings, wanting to be entertained or preoccupied in drama.
You see that? You hear that? Is that not all the things that is happening on Maggie's panel, right? The reason, the motivation behind the manipulation, right? Let's go backwards, right? Boredom or growing tired of his or her surroundings, right? So because they're bored, your life becomes their entertainment. They now paint certain narratives around your life out of boredom, right? This is why I tell them to go ahead and create the stories that they're going to create, because they're doing it out of boredom. They're doing it out of, what is this? This is a different form of currency right here. You see that 35? This might be yen. This might be euros. This might be acorn. Ooh, a kind of young Jeezy, trying to take it easy. Only way to go. Hey, I appreciate it. Love is love. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, so these different forms, and we will later on, we will do an update on the trial. I'm going to go live 2 times today. We're going to do this live and then maybe 3 times a day, maybe 3 times today. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm going to go get like some meds, some Dayquil or something. I might even go get some Mucinex and some tea. So if you want to support that and you want to help me get some tea and some Mucinex and stuff, I know I got to fight this off. I can't, be up and down driving and stuff like this. My sneezes come in like 7 sets. And you can hear it, like you can hear it in my voice, the congestion that's in my nasal passage, whatever. Can you take us to the store? No, last time I took y'all to the store, I almost got caught stealing from Walmart. So I don't know if I could take y'all to the store. The last time I went with y'all to the store, y'all wanted to touch everything, and then we almost got caught stealing. Because I was trying to tell y'all. But y'all, you got to be lucky though, because you got to scope out the person there, right? If you look like, if you got faster feet than that person, you might want to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you can run faster than the person asking for the receipt, see, sometimes their security be heavy set. You know what I'm saying? If you see a heavy set security guard, that means try every stuff. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. If they got slow feet, you might have something to eat. That's all I'm saying. If they got slow feet, get your ass something to eat. You know, we behaved in the store. Y'all was like, we want something. Y'all was touching everything. Somebody said they was gonna have a tantrum, kicking feet and every stuff.
Cause of manipulation. Why do some people resort to emotional manipulation so easily? When a human being has never been able to grow up from childhood into adulthood with healthy, loving parents that support self-esteem, instill a core self, and know how to create healthy boundaries, they are easily manipulated from their own pain. When someone is easily manipulated from unhealed trauma, abuse, wounds, and lack of self-love, they grow into a sophisticated adult manipulator with an immature and wounded emotional, pain, body. Many people appear to be adults but are severely emotionally wounded and revert to very immature childlike emotional states. Severe emotional wounds create a disconnection from the feeling body of the soul and spirit. Generally, the age where the most traumas have been left unhealed from childhood is the age where the adult will revert to when that wound is triggered in their adult life.
You got to think.
When that wound is triggered, most of the time
you got to think about it like this, guys. We always knew King World was going to attack us. Remember, almost 3 months ago, if not more, King World said anybody talking about conspiracy theories or chakras or kundalini, he said anybody talking about that stuff, he wanted to have a conversation with. Yet he never had a conversation with us because he realized that we will make him look stupid as fuck. Right? So he's playing it from the sideline where he run his mouth from the sideline. But he never really pulled up to have no conversation. And he knows we talk about chakra systems and stuff over here, right? And he never pulled up to have an intellectual conversation with us. Why? Because intellect does not dwell in his kingdom. So he can't have an intellectual conversation because there's no intellects there to be had. And they know that I hold a high level of knowledge. That's why none of them try to come over here and combat anything that we're saying. Not about the constellations, not about the DNA, because they know they can look all that stuff up. And when they look it up, they make themselves look stupid as hell. Right? They can't say nothing about Zachariah Stitchens, when we talk about the emerald tablets or any of that. They can't say nothing about none of that. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate the CA. I see you. I seen it, did you? I'm going to give you a heart back just to let you know. I'll send you a heart back just to let you know. So I appreciate everybody y'all know what y'all doing. I ain't got to say it. Because when I say it, that's what they going to try to point out. Him's over there making it Wayne. Why is they making it Wayne on him? Because they love me. Because they love me. And y'all just mad that they love me. Super chat cash. She tried to really get money off of me coming up on her panel and try to make me read the shit that they were saying. Talking about Vampire sending $5 to say some stuff. She's talking about, Ralph, do you want to read that? Listen, I'm not no kid in your fucking classroom or nothing like that. You not no teacher. You're not about to keep on trying to make me read out loud and then try to lie and say you don't respond to lower vibrational shit. Maddie, that's all you do is respond to lower vibrational shit. You have carnal wishes. Therefore, you do not operate in intellect or intelligence. You can't break down or explain to nobody none of people's actions. Where is it coming from? Where's that energy generating from? You can't. You operate on low vibrational frequency. You respond to low vibrational frequency. Stop lying and making it seem like, oh, I don't respond to low. Yes, you do. That's why you sit over there and you allow Miss Cleo to get up there and talk shit about the black tea sector, and you sit up there and root it on because it is a low vibrational frequency that you're thriving off of and monetizing off of. And this is the reason why the cause of manipulation is there. The money that you want in the pocket is your cause of your level of manipulation. That's why you're allowing certain variations of manipulation of feelings and emotions to take place on your page so you can get paid for it. We see you. We see you.
Rather than take responsibility for that pain, the person will project the need to manipulate others as the cause of their pain to get what they want. One may observe a person acting like a small child having a tantrum to get what they want. Any parent can tell you what it's like to have a toddler at 2 years of age, screaming, mine, gimme. This is one reason we observe many adults acting like emotional children, when they do not get their way or they cannot control the environment to get something they want. Most sane people understand that pretending to act to feel a certain way, or toying with another person's emotions, is morally unethical. But some people are so concerned with what they want and have such an inflated concept of their own importance that they have no conscience about manipulating or deceiving others. Worse yet, some people have severe psychological schisms that create personality disorders that may actually play manipulation games for fun or amusement. When dealing with narcissists or psychopaths, it is very important to remember that they are capable of master manipulation techniques, and to protect oneself against their antics, the important first step is to set healthy boundaries and to not accept others people's emotional manipulations and dramas as your priority in life, as they will assert. It is important to be a loving, compassionate and caring human being, but not a doormat to be kicked around through the psychic vampirism that is a direct result of emotional and psychological manipulation. Many techniques of emotional manipulation are very clever, and one can be bewildered by the layers of complex deceit. However, the more educated one becomes, the easier it is to have awareness of this behavior in others and to stop it from occurring in oneself. When we dedicate ourselves to the Christic pathway, we must consciously stop the use of manipulation techniques and controlling behaviors over others. This will minimize the likelihood of someone using emotional manipulation repeatedly to vampirize energies or control one's sense of empathy for others. We each have the right to defend our own sense of space that belongs to us, and have the capacity to exist without being used as a doormat for others' manipulation. The dark. Controllers clearly disagree with this freedom and are promoters of these very same manipulation techniques.
Now, is it making sense to you guys? Is it making sense to you guys why they manipulate feelings and emotions? Why everything is happening? The vampiric energy, that's why the name vampire keeps popping up, because she's using emotions to, attach herself to different people's energies, right? This is why Maggie keeps on trying to bring up lies that she want me to combat, right? Because this is a manipulation of that said thing where you just play on people's energy, right? This is why I keep on repeating, I'm not about to argue any of your lies, right? I know I got to get some black seed oil. You hear it? See, I'm about to cut the live short. You hear it? You hear it all in my nasal passage, right? I'm getting there. God's still working on me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, these are the common manipulation tactics, right? Lying, guilt trips, being vague or confused, pretending to want help, no accountability, double talking, right? Psycho vampire, these are the things, these are the common techniques that they use to play with our feelings and emotions. And when you hear these things, it sounds so much like what's happening on Maggie's panel. That's why I keep on repeating this. They think that they can play this game because they think that it's okay that they keep on playing with people's feelings and emotions. No, I didn't try steaming my face yet. I think I'm going to try that later on today to try to open up my nasal passage and try to break up some of that mucus in my nasal passage so I can clear it out a little bit better. But yeah, so these are the things that they're using. You hear double talking happening with Cleo. You hear the lies, right? You hear Vampire come and attach herself to the energy, right? Psycho vampires is a person who drains other people's energy by initially draining any positive energy or happiness in another, in another, right? Manipulation tactics to make a general happy person feel bad or to take their energy away. The vampire will use condescending or belittling behavior. They may use intimidation or bullying to make another person feel unsafe or completely depend on them. Generally, these people put other people on edge. When one feels they must walk on eggshells to not upset this person, it gets their wrath. You may not know what you're setting on. This is why I say they play these different games. Drop some eucalyptus oil in the hot water with lemon, ginger, orange. And you got to send me that on the back end. I'm not even going to remember that. You're going to make me get some eucalyptus and then I'm going to put it in hot water. I'm going to remember the lemons and the orange. I'm probably going to forget the ginger and everything else.
Common manipulation techniques. What are some of the most common manipulation techniques? Lying.
I'm just being
it is
honest.
important to notice that people will frequently lie about things. Maybe it seems to be a little white lie or is very ambiguous with what they are saying.
Get healthy stuff.
They may exaggerate to make something seem what it is really not. This is so that you question your own ability to remember the facts and to lean towards trusting what the manipulator is saying even when it's a lie.
Fresh ginger.
When one is dealing with a master manipulator, it is useful to take notes or even record the conversation in so that you memorialize what has been said, as well as make it available to others around you in so that there are witnesses to the event.
I was going to do that TikTok thing.
It is important to not allow a manipulator and controller type person to have any direct authoritative power that is not seen or accountable to others. Guilt trips. Most everyone knows what it feels like to be guilt tripped by another person. Usually we learn this behavior early from a family member. However, many manipulators are advanced with clever guilt trips when a person is open-hearted and compassionate.
Okay.
Generally, it's about making you feel bad or sorry for something that may not even be something you did or are responsible for. Open-hearted and caring, giving people have to remember our feelings and our energies matter too. Many times what you can give is not enough, so a guilt trip is to tell you what a bad person you are because you did not give the manipulator what they wanted, when they wanted it. I have found many times if I do not jump when someone else says jump, they will lay on a guilt trip with some kind of manipulation. This happens a lot in the spiritual communities. Being vague to confuse. It is obvious that many techniques of manipulation are sneaky and underhanded. The manipulator may communicate in confusing terms and unclear manners that are hard to follow or understand. They may be passive-aggressive or aligning colleagues or friends into an agenda against you. In this example, in every way attempt to communicate openly, transparently, and as honestly as it's possible to all that may be involved.
Like 2 days a day.
This method to create confusion and doubt happens in the hidden whispering of gossip and triangulation. Usually manipulations like this are behind the scenes or in the shadows. Bring the facts to the light and speak clearly and transparently. Tell the manipulator to take a hike. Bring awareness to the importance of engendering open communications between people that are required to build trust.
See that? See, that's what they don't like. They don't like that I address their manipulation. They don't like the fact that I point it out and tell them, hey, I know that you're manipulating people, right? And I know that you're using falsitries of my life in order to manipulate people in order to benefit yourself, right? So I call them out on a bullshit, and I don't allow it to sit like they want you to sit there and feel bad or feel sorry. She said he hurt somebody's feelings. That's what she said. He hurt somebody's feelings. Are you serious? Are you serious? You can't be serious that I'm supposed to cater to somebody's feelings. Somebody who is trying to manipulate the collective that's circling around me, right? And she say he hurt these women's feelings and he's not trying to address the fact that he hurt their feelings. Guess what? When you hurt somebody's feelings, the only person that can dictate what hurt their feelings is the person whose feelings are hurt. So if somebody's feelings are hurt, whether it's true or false, facts, merits, whatever, they don't care. They just care about their feelings, right? So I told some people some truths that I did not want to have fornicated conversation with them. I did not want to talk about their titties and how big their breast was. And that hurt their feelings. Because I wouldn't look at them as a sex object, that hurt their feelings. Because I respected their mind and ignored their advances, that hurt their feelings. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Miss Cleo is hurt because I let Jaguar and Wolf up on my panel. So she's hurt because they came over to my panel, right? They're really mad because other people was using my clips. So when Wolf came over here and Jaguar came over here, the Black T sector started using my clips, and that's what they were mad about. That my page was growing, that people were showing me recognition, that Jaguar and Wolf came over here, and that's what they were mad about. As many times as Wolf and Jaguar went over to King World's page, ain't nobody say King World was best friends with Jaguar and Wolf, did they? But Jaguar pop up over here one time, and all of a sudden, she's out there talking about something, and they're best friends. And they're best friends. Think about that. People trying to dictate who I let up on my panel. They want me to feel bad for letting people up on my panel. But what do Maggie do? Everybody's welcome to come up on my panel. Yeah, for monetization, for money, to grift. But if I say I open up my panel to everybody, I don't understand. Why would he let that person over here? Why are you letting the people up on your panel that you don't try to control somebody else's panel and then act like you Switzerland? You want to control somebody else's panel and then act like you Switzerland. I am neutral. Everybody is welcomed over here. So why are you mad about how I do my panel? Why are you mad about what we do over here? We started cartoons. They wanted to copy it. We started doing this. They wanted to copy it. We pointed out all the Jaguar shit. Maggie copied it. Everything Maggie is doing is everything that we already pointed out in December and January. All the money grifting, all of everything, even the Ada situation. How the fuck was Maggie? Excuse me. How was Maggie a part and involved with the Ada situation? And now she's trying to host a live about the Ada situation to say that this is going to be. You was a part of that. You were the one that told Jaguar that Ada was in the hospital. So you started the Ada situation. You and Stephanie. How you going to back out now and try to make it seem like you pointing it out when you the one that started it? That's why Jaguar is able to say that you working for somebody else. Because half of the shit that Jaguar put herself into, you brought to her. When Jaguar started running around saying that I was hired by Storm Monroe, who told her that I said that I was hired for Storm Monroe? Maggie made up that lie. I said that Storm Monroe emailed me, and then Maggie went ahead and made up a lie to Jaguar and said that Storm Monroe hired me. Right? But when Storm Monroe and them came up over on her panel, She never even stated that she was the one lying on him, saying that he hired somebody from TikTok to come over here. But she want to point out Golden. And then she lied on Golden and said that Golden was the one that brought it up when Golden was never the one that brought it up. They were mad at Golden for pointing out Mike. And then Maggie was like, well, tell us what happened with Love Jones then. That's what happened. But they wanted to make it seem like Golden brought it back up. But Maggie was the one that did that. It was a deflection. That we been knew about it. Look, we can go back. I can go back and show you. I can show you on SteamYard way back in like February or something. We was pointing out Ada being on a panel grifting. We did that way back in like February or something. Y'all don't remember? Where we showed her on Mike and them panel. We did that. I remember that. I remember. I know we've been pointing this shit out. I was here. I was here pointing it out with people. I was like, look, they're grifting. They're going to get in trouble for this. We was pointing all that shit out. We wasn't new. We wasn't new to this. We was just true to this. They didn't like the fact how true we was to this. That's the problem. They didn't like that shit. It was like, nah, this dude is too true. He pointing out stuff that nobody else pointing out. He calling out shit that nobody else want to call out. So everybody else was scared. And then look, I want y'all to think about this. That same person, that mountain goat person, guess what? I seen that same person on Jaguar Rights panel. So that lets me know that they all still part of the same team. Because the mountain goat person was the spy that was in the Discord. So if the mountain goat person is the spy that's in the Discord, how is the spy that's in the Discord still getting all of this recognition from people who, and that's how you know all of this shit is a game, a gimmick. All of this shit is a game, a gimmick. I'm thinking they all are part of the same circle and they all trying to use different variations of ways to attack people and keep the money going. And we made ourselves a target when we started exposing and pointing out all of their shit. And then they were like, oh, okay, what we'll do is we'll flip the script on him because he's pointing out everything that we are. We'll flip it and we'll infiltrate him. We already knew that how it works. You infiltrate, you put somebody in there, and then you cause a problem with the person that you put in there all along. That's why Donat caused the problem with Tara, because that's who he knew was there all along. That's why Donat caused the problem with Vampire. Remember when Donat first came over to our panel way back when, he tried to point out Vampire. He was like, no, Vampire, I don't fuck with you. You blocked. You blocked. You want to be over here, you blocked. Y'all don't remember that? Donat came over on a panel just to look at the comment section to see who was in the comment section from his page over here that he can create a little grift with. So he can be like, no, you can't support both of us. You either support me or support him. And he used the same people to do it, his mods, right? Maggie did the same thing. She tried to send Maria over here or wherever Maria came from. Maria came from one of their pages because Maria kept sending me messages on Instagram and Discord to try to have conversation with me. And then she said, a lot of the other girls in the Discord are sending me messages. I said, okay, what? So what? She didn't say what she wanted me to go off in the Discord. That's what she did. Maria wanted me to go off on my Discord. So Maria tried to lie on the back end and make it seem like she was getting messages from the other girls in the Discord telling her to be warned of me or some shit. And I'm like, well, tell them whatever you want to tell them. What are they saying? That's what I'm asking her. What are they saying in the Discord? See, right here. She says, Ralph, do you see the messages? Did I miss something? I said, everything is great. This is back in February. She said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm asking because some of them are sending me messages, but I don't understand, right? I said, saying what? Like, what are they saying? She said, in the chat, right? I said, I don't know what to tell you, right? She say, it's okay, no worries, right? What I say, okay, have a great day. She say, you too. She wanted me to inquire about what they, she wanted me to address my Discord and say, hey, whoever sending messages, so on and so forth, right? That's what she wanted me to do. She didn't get that response. So look, this is back in February. Look, February 9th was the last time. February 9th, February 13th. She didn't message me again until April 26th until I pointed out the fuckery. When I pointed out the fuckery on April 26th, all of a sudden she pops back up. No one wants to be your mod, she says. When the fuck did I say I wanted to be your mod? Show the proof. Stop being a little boy and own up to shit. You see what I'm saying? Do you see the way these women are talking to me? Right? And yet I still didn't show them any type of level of disrespect. They think they can take all these attacks. You're stupid. You're a little boy. You're this. You're that. They're doing all the attacks and they don't like the fact that I'm not responding to them. See, they want me to call them a B. They want me to say something to them so then they can do what? Guilt trip. That's what they're going to do. Guilt trip. As soon as you say something to them, as soon as you respond to them, as soon as you be nasty to them, they're going to guilt trip you in your response. But she can call me a little boy. She can say this. She can say that. And that's all part of their prerogative. That's all part of what they are like. Make it make sense. If I go to defend myself, if I go to say something back, guess what? Nail me to the cross. Nail me to the cross. Right? That's why I keep on saying, like, I'm not playing the same game that they playing. Even this person trying to say the question number one. Look at this QQ person. This QQ person says, the question is number one, what is it that I do or say that gets your personally anger at me, right? So she's trying to find out what makes me tick, right? She's trying to find out what makes me tick, right? What am I saying or doing, right? She's asking me this in a personal message so she can do it in public to piss me the fuck off. And then when I say something, she's going to make it seem like whatever she want to seem like. So this is what they do. They try to find out what bothers you so they can do it, right? Then she says, I'm asking because I do have trouble relating with men. I noticed years ago that the way I talk and say hello is taking as too friendly or flirty. I used to be the hungy type until 4 years ago. I realized that things some guys see as sexually because I have big boobs. See what I'm saying? She say, I realized that the things some guys see as sexual because I have big boobs. See, trying to refer to the fact that she has big breasts and have a conversation with me about it. They didn't like the fact that I was ignoring this shit, right? She say, so I'm generally trying to figure out how I keep upsetting this guy that seems to have this spiritual learning in common with me. What am I doing that's not the typical social response? I'm not sure. Then she says, number two, what is it that anyone has complained about me, right? This person is trying to inquire what other people is saying as if someone is saying anything, right? Number two, what is people saying about me? She think people is coming about her in the Discord or telling me stuff about her in the Discord. Why? Because she's trying to create problems in our Discord, right? So she's trying to create problems in the Discord. So she sends this, right? And then she says, I come to this space being completely open, pure intent. So it's really affecting me when I intend a compliment and it's taken as a stab, right? So whatever she's saying, like when she give a compliment and it's taken as a stab, okay? Then she says, I can admit that it's most likely me, and if it is, And if it is, means there's something I need to work on because I know that my intentions are positive. My positive keeps being received as negative. I need to learn why. Right. Then she says, number 3, this actually makes this actually makes me more afraid to have YouTube content or do these things. Right now, this is the number 3 thing, right? She's trying to discourage me from doing YouTube content. But then this is the same person that took a bunch of bullshit to Maggie for YouTube content, right? Look, number 3, this is actually makes me more afraid to have YouTube content or do these things, right? Then she say, it's not just you. I'm not saying you're a villain. This has happened before, and I really don't understand why. Dead ass, I'm getting to the point where I'm scared to speak in chats. Before I isolate myself, I hope that you as a teacher, Ralph, part of you can just explain things to me so that if nothing else, I move on for the better. Now, listen to this. How is this person trying to act like they're seeking so much of the stuff that I'm teaching, but then turn around and do a bunch of other shit? Does that make sense? That's not making sense right there. Hold on, I gotta go blow my nose. Let me put some music on real quick.
There's so much we need to know. As above and so below. Add up 1 + 1, get 3. Inside you a galaxy. Hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. I'm hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. Hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. I'm hanging with Mr. Wise. Now I know the law of one. And what's power in the sun. We're made up of liquid gold. Wise will make your mind unfold. Hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. I'm hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. Hanging with Mr. Wise. Oh, oh, oh. I'm hanging with Mr. Wise. Do, 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 do. Mr. Wise, oh, oh, oh. I'm hanging with Mr. Wise, oh, oh, oh.
Sorry about that. Like I said, I am under the weather, so I'm trying to, get a lot of this mucus out. Dr. Sebi said that's where sickness lies, in the mucus. So I feel like if I combat the mucus, then I'm good. Might go out and get some Mucinex. But I don't think Mucinex really combats it. It just like dries it up. So I don't know. I need to get it out. I need to do a steam flush or some shit, whatever it's called. And that's why I say, like, you got to look at it for what it is. One thing for sure, I can't change these people's operation, right? I can't change the way these people operate, right? So I never tried to combat any of the things that they were doing. I mean, when you look at it, look at how much she talked to herself in here. You don't see me, you see me responding up here, right? This is the only time that I responded to her was right up here, right? When she said, I'm new on here and so on. I said, hello, thank you. She said, I'm Q. I'm YouTube. Ginger. She emailed me something talking about a book and ways to promote her book, and I gave her different ways of how to promote her book. You said get some vitamin D. Okay. Um, and she say, and she says, okay. She says, I'm good. I'm glad I found people who knows the truth about history. If Jaguar and Maggie is reassuring, thank you. And then she says, she says, Grand Rising. I write and illustrate. This is what she said. I write and illustrate children's books on Amazon's. What's some ways I can get more people to buy my book? Right. I say Facebook or ads or social media. Right. She says, do you have to keep paying for the ads? I said, you can put an ad in the local paper or you can push it on your social media, go on people's panels and tell about it. There are so many other ways that you can promote the book, right? That was the only thing I responded to her about. Look, everything else that she talked about, I did not respond. Look, I did not respond to nothing else but telling her how to promote her book. That was it. Nothing else that I respond to. Not my cousin this, not I should do this. She said, you should press charges against all of them for defamation, at least because their accusations was true, threatening against your home, so on and so forth. Right? She go on to further and say that she had contacted Maggie's mom and she had sent Maggie's mom something, right? Because she was tired of Maggie or something like that. She said, right? I didn't respond to none of this. In case you need International Crime Complaint Center, including UK and Canada, right? She was trying to send me further informations, right? She even tried to get me to beef with Darcy, right? She says, hey, Ralph, in the screenshot, see Darcy Diamond? She said she's blocked. Is this the Darcy up on Maggie's panel? If you haven't checked, maybe, right? Trying to get me to go at certain people, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get me to do weird shit, question people, right? Then she sent me Odell's email or wrote down Odell's email. Then she said Kelly Worthington Jaguar says is a victim she knows is the cousin of Kamala, whatever. Then she did this when we came out with the something ain't right shit. She did this. She says she's designed it or whatever the case may be. Like, I didn't respond to none of that. I didn't respond to none of that stuff. Why do you think I didn't respond to none of that? Because I know their trick. They want me to try to respond to them. They want me to try to say something to them so they can try to attack my account and make it seem like it's a this type of speech or that type of attack. Like, I'm not stupid. Why do you think we just started ignoring them and started talking about the regular stuff that we was talking about? Why do you think we started curving them? Right? Because they want that. Yeah, basically trying to put it in my head like, oh, be careful of Darcy, so on and so forth. It was so many of them trying to do that weird ass shit. Like, I'm like, what? What for what? Like, no, Darcy can operate how she operate. If Darcy's on other panels saying stuff, that we don't care. Darcy, we rocking with that. That's what people do on here. They go to other panels, they sit on other panels, so on and so forth. So we was confused. Like, Darcy's a whole person. She can operate herself how she want to operate herself. So when you say I seen Darcy over here, da 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 da, you're trying to make me operate like the knot, so that way you can turn around and be like, and he's saying something about people being on other panels and going to other spaces, and that's all. That's what y'all want to do. That's why I say I just don't subscribe to it. You know? I just don't subscribe. I know all of them here playing different variations of games and doing this, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. You had people like faking like they wanted classes and then doing some weird shit. Even this person just called my phone out of nowhere, like freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, February 20th. This person just called my phone. They say, where are you? Why are you hiding from me? I swear I'm nice. Right? They call my phone out of nowhere, 2 o'clock in the morning, start asking me about my life, tell me about you. Trying to tell me they suffered from some NK Ultra shit and they dealt with a different Ralph before, and they want to make sure that I'm not the same Ralph that they dealt with in the previous life. Like, come on. Come on. Who is we fooling here? You know? Who is we fooling here? I'm not falling for it. I'm not signing up for the trickery, okay? So y'all can go ahead and do y'all thing. Do y'all big one with how much lies and whatever y'all put out there. You know, do the great thing with it. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all do it to the best of y'all abilities. You know what I'm saying? I hope all y'all bullshit, all y'all lies, I hope y'all do it greatly, because I don't subscribe. All right. I don't subscribe to it. Y'all want somebody to sit there and combat y'all fuckery and y'all bullshit and try to sit there and keep on fighting y'all because y'all want to monetize. That's what it is. Right? And there was so many other people. But see, some of them got hip to it. Some of them realized, like, oh shit, I can't pull the wool over his eyes. And some of them backed out. Some of them was like, okay, I see now that he's not the one to play the game. And some of them realized, so they backed out. You know what I'm saying? But then you had some of them who was like, nah, they wanted to keep going. They wanted to keep trying, to see if they could do the bullshit. They wanted to keep trying to see if they could do the bullshit, And even now, you still have some of them that are still here trying to do the bullshit. And it's okay. They're trying to find different measures to control somebody's panel. You know what I mean? Like somebody try to tell me we should do this, we should do that. Okay, cool, we could do it. But then it's like that once they set you up for a certain level of control, then they also can be the one that back out. Especially if people thinking that they gave you, content or whatever. See, the problem with this is nobody's over here giving us content. We're creating it ourselves. The topics of what we're talking about, however we talking about it. And then think about it. This Brandy person, she really set her boyfriend up for failure because he started calling my phone around April. He started calling my phone trying to get recordings that he can take the Maggie and make seem like this and make seem like that. So that means you and your boyfriend is sitting there trying to clout chase off of streamers. You sitting there trying to create problems. You send your girlfriend in there, try to flirt with streamers. And then if they make a pass, you try to pop out and be like, yo, that's my girl, bro. What you think you do? Get your ass out of here. Nobody wants you or your weird ass girlfriend. Both of y'all need to sit your asses down somewhere and keep on trying to make yourself relevant. Every time I pop up somewhere, you talking about something. What about Brandy? What about Brandy? What about what you did to Brandy? Shut up. Brandy know damn well the game that she was playing and manipulation that she was trying to do, trying to give me false information and cause problems with people in my Discord. Stop playing. She know damn well what she was doing when she was sitting here talking about something. Oh, listen to the sniffles. Oh, do you know this person in the Discord? Oh, this is the other person that you was looking for. Pretty sure this is her. This is the second account trying to get me to kick people out my Discord. Shut the front door. She know what type of shit she was playing. Y'all the only ones that don't want to look at the facts or the merits, right? Why did last message from Brandy come February 6th? Do you know these accounts in here, right? Talking about the Discord. February 26th. Do you know these accounts in here? And then the next time Brandy says something is April 24th when she tried to call my phone on April 24th. How you go from February the 6th to trying to call somebody April 24th? Get your ass out of here. Stop playing. Y'all play games with the wrong person and y'all mad about it. That y'all got exposed. That y'all fraudulent. That y'all the ones out here doing the fuckery. That what y'all mad about? That y'all doing the fuckery? Huh? Trying to control us. It's weird. We mad. We kept on saying it. Yeah, and his dumbass talking about something. I was there the whole time that she was sending you follows on TikTok and sending you messages. She tried to spread out the messages like somebody don't got good memory. So she tried to send me a message on TikTok, right? And we can go to those messages on TikTok if we want, right? She tried to send me a message on TikTok. What you doing? Trying to send me a different message on my order Atlas page. Like, yo, what is you doing? And try to act like she don't know. I didn't do such and such. Get your ass out of here. So you were sending me messages on Discord, and you were sending me messages on Instagram, and you were sending me messages on TikTok. You wanted to become the moderator over on TikTok. You try to pop up on a TikTok page. You try to gift me. I even went to her TikTok to try to gift her back because I don't take gifts on TikTok. So when she gifted me about $2, right? I went to her TikTok page and gifted her about $6. So that way when TikTok take they have, she got her $2 back, right? One on her page and gifted her the money back that she gifted me over on TikTok. Try to make it seem like she didn't know that I knew she was setting me up. Look, Instagram, sending me messages on Instagram, right? Sending me messages on Instagram, right? Sending me messages on TikTok, right? Sending me messages in the Discord. Why the fuck is a married woman sending so many messages to a single person? That shit don't make sense. That means you was hoping for somebody to try to hit on you. So your weird ass husband can pop out and y'all can try to make it seem like I hit on married women or some shit. And then if I do try to tell you that I'm not attracted to that because she got that fat ass face, that moon face, that big ass, the fork ran away with the spoon and jumped over the moon face. If I say that, then it's like, oh, he's wrong. He's wrong for that. I can't. Hey, I don't like flat faces. I don't like a flat face. You got a flat face. You want to make it seem like I'm hitting on you and this, that, and the third, but I didn't. I never hit on you. But you got your husband calling my phone, playing Tony the Tiger, trying to get recordings, right? And then the husband tried to call me the F word and then apologize for the community for calling me a F word, right? So he tried to say that I was a part of the LGBTIQ community. And then because he knows he exposed himself in that recording. He said I made him so mad in the recording that he had to say a bunch of stuff. But do you see them jumping on Brandy's husband for all of the homophobic slander? Did they say anything about Brandy's husband for all of the homophobic slander that he did? No. Think about it. I just want y'all to really think. That's all. We over here, we like to think. That's all. Oh, snap. We got to end the live. We're closing into 2 minutes. Freak. Oh, y'all made us go over 2 hours. Dang it. Now I'm not going to be able to generate nothing from this. No.
I'm a content creator.
It's okay. They let me be the first, but not the last to say that I love you. Hey, Replay Gang, I appreciate you greatly, Replay Gang. Keep on replaying. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. Shalom. Remember, one image of oneself should be greater than reality. Okay? And y'all know what y'all can do to support. Check out the link tree, or hit that CA. Hit that CA. All right? Y'all know what to do. Hit that CA one time. Y'all know what to do. Huh? Hit that thing one time. Somebody send me a dub. Somebody got a dub for me? Okay, 11-11. Everybody send 11 and 11. All right. Everybody send 11-11. Let me see how many people I can get to send 11-11. Make sure it's 11-11. Don't say Cash App don't let you send 11 cents. It does. You just got to put the dot in there. Just put the dot in there and send 11-11. From TikTok to YouTube to Twitch to Kick. Get with it, we built it. You can't flip me, dip it. You can't flip the script. Whoa. Get with it, we built it. Yeah, everybody just send 11-11. All right, everybody just send 11-11. Everybody send 11-11. Everybody spam 11-11 in the chat. Put 11-11 in the chat. Everybody put 11-11. These people don't understand. Stop trying to hog the spotlight and share that shit. Move over. We're here now. To the moon. To the moon, Alice. I might have to put this live. Y'all might have to watch this live on Energy Atlas. I might actually have to delete this live on Ralph the Wise because they like to spam my account, so they know what page they want to attack. They don't want to attack the Energy Atlas page. They don't even want to attack the other page. They want Ralph the Wise page. You got to remember, there are videos on my page that incriminates them, so they want the Ralph the Wise page down. Okay, so because there's incriminating evidence on my page referring to all of the grifting, all of the PayPals, you don't hear them talking about cruelty-free music anymore. You don't hear them talking about that stuff anymore, do you? Because it was all a trap for the public. You don't hear them talking about the nonprofit organization that much, right? You don't hear them talking about the crowdfunding and all of that stuff that much, right? That's because we came over here and pointed it out. So now they have to switch up. And they know that we got a lot of evidence on our page. So that's why they're trying to get the Ralph the Wise page taken down. But we got this, people. We got this, and they can't stop us. And they knows it. I appreciate everyone that sent the support. For the people who sent the stickers, Cash Apps, let's go over this. I appreciate you, Hummingbird. You know that love is love. Always. You've been here from the beginning. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate your daughter too. I know your daughter listens in the background sometimes. So I just want to tell you, like, all is well. I appreciate you, right? And no matter what stumbling blocks you might go through mentally, we know that you're a great person because you have discernment, right? You already know you're greatly appreciated. Love is love. Everything that you do is appreciative. We know that you operate on greatness. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you did get the highest membership available, which is the ascension process. So you have to I want to put classes together in a Discord where we actually break this stuff down. I don't have enough people for a class yet. I'm waiting until we get like maybe 20 people. If 20 people agree, 15 people agree to a class, and we can get a certain time around the class, then I'm definitely going to hold a class. So I got to get somebody else to put that together for me, maybe a manager or something like that. Jane Super Sticker, I appreciate you greatly. I noticed that you don't really comment too much. You really don't. You're a very great observer because you observe a lot. And that's all it's about. It's about supporting positivity, right? With love, laughter, and we do a great job at supporting each other. And once more people come along, like I say, once the funding start coming in, if we start getting funding from our music, whatever it is that goes to all of us, it's not just my funding, it's the change of currency. And with that currency comes the ability to help other people. So help me help you guys, right? If my level of currency changes, then that opens up the door for me to help more people. Right now, the currency exchange is off. They're giving majority of the currency to greedy people because they know that they're going to do the lower vibrational stuff with. It's the reason why you can give Jaguar right money is because she spends all her money on stuff that goes right back into the system that they're feeding. It's the reason why you give an addict money because they're going to go buy the drugs. It's the reason why you give an alcoholic money, they're going to go buy the alcohol. So when you're trying to support a system that's already messing us up, these are the people who you're going to idolize, right? The reason why you see a heavyset person as a famous person is because they want you to think that gluttony is okay. But why don't they never paint their people's pictures like that, right? They're not putting famous heavyset Caucasians, famous heavyset Asians, right? But all of the famous people that are black, you got Shamar, you got all the fucked up minded, low vibrational, greedy, gluttony content, can't control their anger, can't control their sexual drives. Why is all of those black people being analyzed or idolized? You're not paying attention to this world because you're not paying attention to the idols that they are giving us, right? Sexy Red going around giving everybody STDs. This is why they say AIDS and herpes is on a rise in our community, is because we have no discernment and we're allowing them to sell us this image that this is okay, right? The crackheads, the addicts, the sexual deviants, all of that stuff, they're idolizing in certain said communities. And if you don't open your eyes before it's too late, then we're all going to fall victim to bullshit. All of us are going to fall victim to bullshit. So every little bit counts, every little bit helps. We greatly appreciate everything from from whatever method that you use to support us. We greatly appreciate it. I've out lately due to my daughter's surgery. Yeah, you're right. Yes, I noticed that you might listen to a bunch of stuff, but as far as you like the way you operate is like, and I know like a lot of times over here we might get on their ass and we don't talk about too much stuff, but I noticed that you'll pop up when a good message is being heard or a good message is being delivered as far as our youth or the direction of this world, or having a level of tenacity to stand up for women's rights, because it's not a lot of people out there that's telling women like y'all deserve better, not only with each other but the operation of it, right? I think no matter what, I think we all have a chance to be better than who we was. And I think more people need to support that. And I just want to let y'all know that Maggie makes no sense, because you're supposed to want to put yourself around people that want to see you better, right? So the fact that she says, I don't understand why he wants me to be a better person. Like, if that don't open people's eyes right there, if that don't open people's eyes, all the slander, all the attacks that you made on me, and I still want to see you as a better person, that says a lot right there. So you guys don't be fooled by the fuckery. Don't be fooled by the trickery. All right. Love is love. We are building something great over here. If you not,
The party's going on in the disco.
so you know where the party at. Talk
You
to
can never
them.
be bored in the disco.
Never bored in the
When we're
Discord.
not here,
We're not here. We're over there.
socializing and
Socializing
sharing.
and sharing.
So I better
So
see
you better be in the Discord. Let
We
me
got
drop the
music,
Discord
We
link.
got art. Love is love, sets us apart. It's a virtual town, so inviting. You know they want you around. It's exciting. Oh, the party's going on in the disco. You can never be bored in the disco. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. Story time, movie nights. We get
We're
messy.
gonna get some
and watch the
videos
fights.
out of
It's
the
a
music. We're
virtual
gonna get some
town,
music
it's good.
videos out. We're just
Very
trying to
busy
find
with the
some
love we've been
applications that can
Oh,
alter some stuff.
the party's going on
So we
in the
are trying to put that
Discord.
out there, okay? We are trying to get some music videos out there. It's going to be for members only. So if you're not a member, you might want to become a member so you can have access to these videos. We are working with a distribution that can get these songs out. So hopefully we might even be on Spotify. All right. So if you're listening to these songs and you like the album and you feel like you'll bump this album, then you might want to stick around because we have so much more as far as creativity goes. We got so much more to offer, and we're going to open up the doors. We still have some people that do. We still have people that paint paintings, do portraits. If you want something to grew up, make sure you come up to Discord. If you want somebody to create something, before you come over to Discord, we have some of the greatest painting. Go talk to the soul of Atlas. Right? He does great paint work, does face painting, right? So when we start these spiritual retreats, we got people that does face painting. When we start the spiritual retreats, we got a bunch of stuff. News, Chris Brown giving a bond. Finally, he's got to finish that tour over there. They stopping his money. But I doubt it. I think this is going to change Chris Brown's directional measure when it comes to anything. And I think this is an example of the direction that the world is going to move into. After this Chris Brown situation, you're going to see more people doing virtual tours. So you're going to see virtual tours after this. A lot of these people are going to be doing like concerts on platforms, right? Concerts on platforms now. They knew what they were doing when they snatched up Chris Brown. It was a way to get money, right? You set the bell high because why? You're going to say he's a flight risk, so on and so forth, and all of this other stuff. But come on, you making the bell outrageous so that way he can't pay it. And if he do, then he's going to have a hard time. You know, maybe he been getting, I don't know what's going on in this world anymore, but we are in the upside down world, and I want y'all to pay attention. The book of Revelation said only a wise man is going to get through in this time of the Aquarius sky. So one must be wise in the time of the Aquarius sky. That's probably why they don't like my name, Ralph the Wise, because, you know, it means that I can see through the bullshit in this time. And they're upset that I'm seeing through the bullshit. But look, we going to be over in the Discord. I got, 111 on the clock, 111. Everybody put ones in the comment section. Hey, man, if you hit the Cash App, appreciate you for hitting the Cash App. If you didn't hit the Cash App and you thought about hitting the Cash App, I appreciate you for thinking about hitting the Cash App. If you hit the PayPal, however you support it, if you went to the store and you bought some clothes out the store, whatever it is that you did, I greatly appreciate you doing it, right? For the people who did send Cash Apps, man, love is love. Remember, if you would like to, I think if you click the link tree in the bio and send the Cash App that way, I think it'll pop up on the screen. I don't know, some type of way you can. I'll have to figure this shit out. I'm still working on the YouTube thing, figuring it all out. But, you know, more things is happening greatly, and greater things is happening. They tried it, Jane. They tried it. And I'm glad that they tried it because it only shows that they don't have any content. It only shows the lack of, and it only shows that they're teaming up, right? The fact that King World jumped on a panel immediately after I got off, it only tells you that I was their target, right? So the fact that Miss Cleo baited me to come up there by saying some shit and then jumped out as soon as I got up there, and then Maggie's like, oh, do you want to read what Vampire says? It only says that it was all, basically that's how they operate, right? You won't let me address the person that I want to address. So she runs around and just says shit on panels and then run as soon as you get there. She runs as soon as you get there. And it makes it seem like she's doing so much in the black tea sector. Cut it out. Cut it out. All right. So, y'all know what it is, man. Love is love. Namaste, ashe, salutations. And listen, great things is happening. I thought that was King World. Why would Cultivate with Kai jump up there? He tried to become a mod over here. Hold on. Why would Cultivate with Kai? Cultivate with Kai was in our Discord, and Cultivate with Kai is. Let me see something. Hold on. Cultivate with Kai. Was that Cultivate with Kai? That shit wouldn't make no sense. Nigga, you was trying to become a mod over here. Stop playing. That's why I say all these people is fake. He was trying to target us from the inside. He tried to come over here and become a mod. Oh, my bad, King World. Cultivate with Kai. Now, I ain't think that was Cultivate with Kai. Damn. I ain't know that nigga was a snake like that. I knew he was Jaguar's nephew, but damn. Look, he sent me a friend request. Everything. He's in our Discord. If I go to the Discord members list, he's in the Discord. Why is he playing? That's why I say these dudes is weird. These dudes is weird. You can't get out of here fast enough now, my boy. You in the Discord and talking shit about us. Weird ass. I mean, you in here. He tried to become a mod. Y'all remember? Y'all remember when he was a mod and I said, hold on. Y'all remember when I had that meeting in the Discord and I was like, hold on. Cultivate with Kai is we don't want to get caught up in this. Let me unmod him because it seems like some bullshit. Y'all remember when I did that a while back, right? Y'all remember when I did that a while back when I was like, hold on, something don't seem right with this Cultivate with Kai person. Let me take him off from being a mod because something ain't right with him. And then y'all was like, do what you think is best for you. Y'all remember that? That's why we took him off from being a mod, because we knew some bullshit was wrapped around him. And that's, listen, if that don't show you that we 50 steps ahead of them, if that don't show you, if that don't show you that we way ahead of them,
it's hard to swallow, but these rules we need to follow. Omission still a lie, you be in trouble if you don't comply. What about freedom? God-given freedom. I'm talking about freedom. Freedom from Babylon. Murmur, you clipped him. I've got to say. Great for sensualist. I want to say. Murmur. Oh yes, you clipped him, but I'm gagged and it ain't my fault. Can't talk, 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 can't talk. Now we read between the lines with emojis, all these signs we babble, 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 babble.